In this video, we'll go through some examples of perspective, and it's all in my book, Ellen's Guide to Perspective, on Amazon. Let's try to answer these three questions regarding this picture. First of all, find all the vanishing points. How tall is this boy in front, assuming that eye level is 5 feet high? And is the viewer sitting or standing? The first step is to follow these blue converging lines, and that gives us the vanishing point for the building and eye level. Since we said that eye level was about 5 feet off the ground, and since it crosses the door about 3/4 of the way up, it means that the viewer must be a standing adult. Eye level divides this wall into 3 feet and 5 feet. The boy then must be about 3 feet tall. If he were next to the door, the top of his head would be about level with the doorknob. And finally, follow the converging lines of the roof. They lead us to a roof vanishing point above the middle of the house. This vanishing point, however, has nothing to do with this vanishing point for the building, because these two structures, this roof and this building over here, don't align in any way. Now, there's also another roof vanishing point up here, which is almost as high as this one, indicating that the slants of the two roofs are about the same. But the actual vanishing point for this side of the roof is much higher if you follow these lines upward. So this time I have 5 questions. How many vanishing points are there? Make the door 8 feet high, and then find the size of the table, the chair, and the rug. Was the viewer standing or sitting? And then we'll talk about why the window is drawn the way it is, and how to find the rug pattern. So the first thing I did is follow these converging lines to find the room vanishing point. And you can see that the rug goes to that vanishing point, as do elements intrinsic to the room, like the window. Then there's another vanishing point over here just for the door. I divided this door well into 8 parts so we could start marking off feet. Now you could also use this line here because we're looking for scale on this plane. But you can't use the outside of the door because that's on a different plane going to this vanishing point. Anyway, I have a scale here of 8 feet, and eye level is 4 feet off the ground. Now, that is consistent with the viewer sitting on a chair looking at the room when he was drawing this picture. Now, there's something weird about this chair, so I measured 2 feet up from our scale and went across the room, and this is converging toward this vanishing point, of course. And so 2 feet here means that the seat is about 1 foot off the ground, so it's probably a child's chair. The table here measures a little over 2 feet, so that's typical of a table used by an adult. And the rug here is 8 feet long, and we get the design by drawing the converging lines and then the diagonal. And where the diagonal hits these converging lines are the horizontal lines that make up the pattern. So let's draw a recessed window. You know it's recessed because this vertical pane isn't in the middle. So there must be part of the window that's on this side. So draw the part that's missing so you can find this point and this point where the window really starts. And then you can draw this X over the whole window, and that will give you the middle of the window here where we have the horizontal and vertical panes. This perspective is a little different, and an important clue is that the lines for the building don't align with the road and the sidewalk. Whenever you're looking at a perspective, always try to follow converging lines and find eye level. So these buildings converge toward this vanishing point here on eye level, which is also on the horizon and just above this distant shoreline. So in a previous video, I talked about the 6 indicators of eye level and that they all must agree. And 3 of them we can see here: a distant shoreline, which is usually very close to the horizon. Number 2, the horizon itself tells us where eye level is. And number 3, a vanishing point on eye level. So converging lines help us identify eye level. Now the downhill vanishing point, where everything on the incline converges, so the wall here and the sidewalk all converge to the downhill vanishing point, which is vertically below the vanishing point on eye level because these structures are connected. Where is eye level in this picture? Well, we can follow these pink converging lines to find this vanishing point here, since these stairs are horizontal. We can also use these blue lines for this block, and it goes to the same vanishing point, indicating that this is eye level because both of these structures are horizontal. And that eye level is also where the horizon is and just above this distant shoreline. Now, these yellow lines indicate that this is a downhill because this vanishing point is below eye level. In this picture painted by Van Eyck, the question is the viewer standing or sitting? So we have to find eye level. And an easy way to do that is to follow these tiles to a vanishing point here between the 2 figures, which is also on the horizon. So the viewer must be sitting so that his eyes are the same height as these seated figures. If he had been standing, his eye level would be higher than the figures and he would be looking down at them, which is probably not a good look for the virgin, the child, and the donor. You don't want to look down on them. And then there are these purple diagonals that go to a diagonal vanishing point on eye level off the picture. In my next video, I'll show you how to draw circles and ellipses, and please remember to subscribe.